Alrighty, here we go, guys. It's the Wrestling Show. I'm your host, Mikey. We are doing the Raw rundown for May 7th, 2018. To open up the show, we had Kurt Angle. He came out. He was telling us about, the Money in the Bank match that's coming up. Giving us the rundown on that. One for the men and women on Raw and SmackDown. So that'll be a fun event coming up. But while he is doing this, Braun Strowman enters, and Kurt Angle tells him like, "Hey, I know you're the hottest thing going on right now in WWE, but everybody's got to, earn a spot for Money in the Bank. So I'll give you a chance for a qualifying match." He's about to tell him this. Kevin Owens enters, and he says, "No, no, no, no. You know what? I deserve to be in this match, and I deserve to just have a spot. I don't need to." Have any sort of qualifying match. I should just be in the match. And that Braun should just go take a timeout. Kurt Angle says, "You know what? No. In fact, I'm glad that you're out here because I'm going to make a match between you and Braun Strowman right now." And obviously, it's a qualifying match for the Money in the Bank match, ladder match. So we get right into it. We get Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens, and again, Braun Strowman throughout this match, showed why he's the hottest thing in WWE right now. I love the Mack truck move that he does. That he's been doing like the last 3 matches with Kevin Owens, running him over on the outside of the ring there. He did that 3 times in this match. Let's see here. And then the selling that Kevin Owens does. I mean, Kevin Owens, we all know, is a great worker, and the selling he does is great. Great throughout this match. All the selling he's doing for Braun Strowman, just making Braun Strowman look even that much better. When Braun Strowman did a choke slam on Kevin Owens, he as he went up, he's screaming and looks scared that he's getting slammed by Braun Strowman. So that was really good. And then, of course, Braun Strowman got the win here, and Braun Strowman will be in a Money in the Bank ladder match. It should be pretty interesting to see that guy in a ladder match, Money in the Bank, and just what kind of X factor he's going to bring to that type of match. Next up on the segment, we got Roman Reigns. We see him backstage. He's talking about how mad he is that he's not the Universal title, because he still sees himself as the rightful Universal title champion. And then we got another backstage segment with Goldust. He wants a qualifying match. Kurt Angle doesn't really respond to him. He just because he gets interrupted by Jinder Mahal, and Jinder Mahal wants a qualifying match for Money in the Bank. Kurt Angle says he needs to beat Chad Gable first, and then he'll think about giving him a qualifying match. Then we got a match of No Way Jose and Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews versus Baron Corbin and the Revival. Baron Corbin and the Revival got the win here. It was a very disappointing finish. I didn't really care about the finish. I didn't care about Baron Corbin winning here. But, the match itself, Titus Worldwide, the team themselves, the two of them looked good. Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews, they looked good as a team. They both looked strong throughout this match. I can honestly say they're the only ones that really looked strong throughout this match, but that was good to see for them. Again, the ending was predictable. And the crowd was pretty dead throughout this match, I think, because nobody really cares too much about Baron Corbin at this point, or, unfortunately, the Revival, because they haven't gotten any good storylines in the longest time. After this, we got our first women's qualifying match, which was between Sasha Banks, Ruby Riott, and Ember Moon. Ember Moon had a great moveset throughout this match. Again, I love her eclipse that she hit at the end, like a double eclipse, as Sasha was holding Ruby Riott. Ember goes off the top and gets Ruby Riott in it, and Sasha and Ruby clash into each other while she does it. So that was a good finish there. Let's see here. Also, Ruby Riott throughout this match continues to look good. I've been really impressed with her the last few weeks. She's really, continues to look really good in my eyes. At one point, because it's a triple threat match, there's no disqualifications. So they say. So the Riot Squad start attacking Sasha, and Bailey actually comes out and to the aid of Sasha and helps her out. So I don't know. I think this hopefully will turn out to be a good thing where Bailey saves Sasha here. Maybe we're gonna get a storyline here. What I'm hoping will happen later on is Sasha will not return the favor and hopefully turn full heel, so that we can see something. Kind of get this storyline moving on between Bailey and Sasha. We had a interesting interview segment next, which was with Bobby Lashley. It was supposed to be about getting to know Bobby Lashley better, and it was just kind of he talked about his sisters and how he pranked his sisters and his sisters pranked him when he was young, and then he says he loves his sisters at the end. It was just kind of a weird, odd segment. It was really well done, really well produced. It looked really good, but it was just kind of odd, kind of weird. I'm not didn't quite get it. I guess they, maybe this was something they should have done right before Bobby Lashley, or right after Bobby Lashley came back, not a month later. But yeah, that's what we got there. Then we got a little backstage segment. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn feel like they're said they feel like they're victims. Sami told Kevin Owens that he's sorry for slapping him the night before at Backlash, and Kevin Owens says that he'll have his back in his match later that night if need be. And then we get the match between Jinder Mahal and Chad Gable. Jinder Mahal got the win here. This was another match. The crowd was pretty dead, and Jinder Mahal attacked Chad Gable afterwards. Again, crowd was still pretty dead for this match, but I think this is all about to change for Jinder Mahal, which we will get to later on in the rundown here. So next up we had Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre versus Heath Slater and Rhino. Again, Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler look like a great tag team. They find inventive ways of doing moves, tag team moves to double up on their opponent, which is really great to me because not a lot of tag teams are doing that right now. A lot of tag teams have a move where they team up to do the finishing move, but it seems like Ziggler and McIntyre do a good job of doing that a couple times throughout the match in addition to their finisher. So I really like that. They look good here. Ziggler and McIntyre get the win. And then we got Rude versus Elias. And of course, we got Elias. So we had his opening segment. I'm glad that he got to perform tonight, unlike he did at, unlike the situation he had to deal with at Backlash there. Fans started cheering Rusev Day during this, and I don't remember what. I recently heard another podcaster talk about this, and I kind of agree with him here, and I would say that I was not too impressed with the fans here. Sometimes you boo things that you don't like, and sometimes you boo something just because you're bored, or you chant something else because you're bored about whatever is going on, but that you're usually, expressing your dislike of whatever is that's happening. And so for Elias to get the Rusev Day chant here, I don't feel like the fans were doing it because he was doing anything boring. Fans were still doing the walk with Elias. They were doing all the normal chants for him, and fans were popping for him. People just all of a sudden started doing the Rusev Day chant, and I feel like that there's a certain section of fans that when they want to do something, they're making it about themselves, and they're not really making it about the show. So that's the wrong kind of thing that you get from fans sometimes. It wasn't because anything boring or bad was happening in the show. I just feel like sometimes fans want to get themselves over. I think is exactly how that other podcaster, who I can't remember who it was right now because I listened to so many, but I'm pretty sure that's how they put it, is that sometimes the fans, for some reason, like, they want to get themselves over and interrupt something that is actually really good. And that's how I felt about this Rusev Day chant in the middle of this. Anyways, Bobby Roode ended up getting the win here, so I'm sure that this feud is going to continue to go on. So we'll see what goes on in the future here. Next up, we had Seth Rollins come out. He's issuing an open challenge again. He's wanting to be a fighting champion, and then so the first response he gets is from Mojo Rawley. So he's going to defend his match against Mojo Rawley, and Seth Rollins is such fire right now that he's making Mojo Rawley look good. I mean, that's how good this guy is right now, that being Seth Rollins. Like, he's on such fire that he can make anybody look good right now, I think. Mojo Rawley himself, he didn't have a bad match, and I feel like, that's something that a really good performer does. It doesn't matter what you're talking about, whether it's like, obviously wrestling here, or you can go sports, football, basketball, whatever. You think about like somebody who's like, the people who are the greats, they don't just make themselves look good, but the people around them, they bring them up to their level. I felt like Mojo Rawley was brought up, he's not on the same level as Seth Rollins, but his game was brought up because he was in a match with Seth Rollins. So it was pretty good tonight. Seth Rollins got the win here and got to keep his Intercontinental title. And then next up after this, we had a match, tag team title match with Matt Hardy, Bray Wyatt versus Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt got the win here. Not too much of note. I mean, I'm glad to see that Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel are out on their own. They did a little segment like during their entrance to the ring. They showed a little pre-taped package thing of them saying that they're their own stars now. So I'm glad about that. Hopefully they're going to start getting a push, because they actually are good wrestlers and not just, as I said, supporting cast. But yeah, Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt got the win here. I would love to see another Hardy Compound segment at some point. Like, it was like, obviously that first one was really hot with Matt and Bray, but I feel like they should keep momentum going. They need to have another one types of those matches. Like, even though Bo and Curtis were saying here that like they're their own thing now, maybe you start them in a feud now with Matt and Bray, and then eventually, a couple weeks from now, you get a match with Matt and Bray versus Bo and Curtis at the Hardy Compound, and you turn Bo and Curtis as well. That'd be something. I don't know if it would be something people want, but I just really want to see another, deletion match. But yeah, so then we got our main event of the night, which was another qualifying match, a triple threat match between Finn Balor, Sami Zayn, and Roman Reigns. This was a really good match for a main event. Fans were popping any time Roman Reigns was getting hurt, of course. Fans really popped when Finn Balor and Sami Zayn teamed up together to get Roman Reigns. They teamed up to beat him down in the ring. Fans started popping really crazy, and Sammy and Finn actually kind of pause for a second, and then they take it in, and then they start stomping him some more, which the fans really appreciated. Let's see here. The fight spilled out into the crowd, and then once everybody got back into the ring, you could tell we were getting close to the finish, because there was a lot of fast-paced moves going on, getting real close, near finishes, some near falls, and then just when it looks like Roman Reigns is about to win, like everybody expects, Jinder Mahal comes in, interrupts. He grabs Roman Reigns' leg, pulls him down. As Roman Reigns tries to stand back up, Sami Zayn gives him a hell of a kick, and then Finn Balor takes advantage of that, and he downs Sami Zayn, does the coup de grace to Sami Zayn, and Finn Balor gets the win here. So Finn Balor qualifies for the match. But yeah, So I'm really glad about that because I love Finn Balor. And then for Roman Reigns and Jinder Mahal here, Jinder Mahal, now that he was part of the reason that Roman lost this match, I'm sure he's going to get, he's going to be over with the fans. Fans are going to like appreciate, like, oh yeah, he helped, you know, make Roman lose. And people will hopefully give him a little bit of appreciation for his work. And then I'm sure this is going to set up a feud between Jinder Mahal and Roman Reigns. Jinder Mahal might have just messed up a little bit. He's wanting a qualifying match. He won his match against Chad Gable to prove that he should get a qualifying match. And now maybe Kurt Angle's going to say, you know what? I'm going to give Roman another shot because you interrupted his match. So if you want your qualifying match, Jinder Mahal, you can have it against Roman Reigns, and maybe that's how Roman Reigns still gets into the Money in the Bank match. But we'll just have to wait and see in the coming weeks. But thank you guys for tuning into the show. This was your Raw rundown for May 7th, 2018, and see you later. Bye.